Assalamu alaikum students. I hope all of you are fine and you are enjoying your summer holidays very well. Today we will start our first lesson, but before starting this lesson, first of all I will tell you some rules and I hope you will follow these rules. So listen this carefully. First one is you have to pray 5 times in a day and you have to solve this summer pack in a very good writing, and you have to make your schedule and you will do your each work according to your schedule. Now before starting this lesson, first of all I will tell you meanings of some difficult words. So listen this carefully. First one is giant. Giant means huge. Rare means scarce. Spoiled means damage. Dandelions mean herbaceous plant. Occasional mean infrequent. Vendor mean walk. Keen, eager. Approached, came near. Delighted mean glad. Leaflet mean booklet या pamphlet. Devastated mean destroyed. Entrant mean beginner. Scrawled mean vendor. Clawed mean scratched. Dashed mean sprinted. Mount mean heap. Left mean jumped. Applause mean clapping. Okay, now let's start. This story is about tortoise. Tortoise is the main character of this story, and here are some other characters which are described in this passage. So first of all I will introduce these characters. First one is George, who is the main character of this story. George is a giant tortoise. Oliver is the owner of George. Jack, who is grandpa of Oliver. Harry is hamster. Hamster is animal like small rat. Rachel is a rabbit, Daisy is dog, Colin is cat, and Mrs. Ansha is the owner of Rachel. Students, I have told you tortoise is the main character of this story. In this passage we will read how did he win the competition with his ability. So it's very interesting paragraph. Listen this carefully. Students, in first paragraph it is described that George was a giant tortoise, and firstly Jack was the owner of George, but after Jack's death Oliver became the owner of George, and the tortoise which is described in this passage was very special. Students, George ate hay, lettuce, dandelions and grass, and Jack made shed for George, but George wanted to live in Oliver's lawn, in which Oliver played many games, because he was too much close with Oliver and he liked his owner too much. George felt that his owner Oliver was very kind and caring, so he wanted to prove that he was the best pet that Oliver could wish for. One day Oliver and George heard that the perfect pet competition was going to held in marriage. They were very happy because they believed that George will win the competition. But when Oliver read the leaflet, George was disappointed because only rabbits, dogs, cats and hamsters could participate in competition. Tortoises were not allowed. So this was the very critical situation for tortoise. He was very disappointed. So George decided that he will do something. So he dug a big hole behind his shed, and this big hole became a big tunnel. Tunnel is an underground passage. He thought that he could easily enter the perfect pet competition through this tunnel. Finally, the perfect pet competition day arrived. The name of Harry called for the first competition, but he had lost at first. Rabbit has also lost due to some vegetables, so only two animals were left, cat and dog. Dog and cat came on the stage with their owners, but when they saw each other, dog barked at cat. So they ran away from the stage and their owners chased after their pets. Oliver laughed and thought how much better his own pet was. Suddenly everyone was shocked to see that a small mound of muddy soil was rising up in front of the stage. Everyone stopped in amazement to look who was in the hill. Suddenly George came out of the hill. So Oliver was very surprised to see his pet. Everyone clapped for this amazing entry of tortoise. So judges gave a big blue badge to George. Finally, George won the competition with his ability. Students, now you have listened this story and you have read this. How did George win the competition? Now read this passage again and solve exercise. Now here are some MCQs. First one is who was Oliver, and you will circle the correct option. Second is which one of these did George like to eat? Look at these options and tick the correct one. Third is who was Jack? You have to circle the correct option. Fifth is where did George live? Students, keep it in mind when it is in question, then we use second form of verb in answer. Now you will read passage again and again, then you can easily find out the answer and write here. 6 is how did George feel towards his owner? Here are some options and you will circle the correct option. 7th question is about some information about George and you have to solve this table by using this passage. Question number 8 is who could not enter the perfect pet competition? Now you have to write answer here. Students, here are some other questions which are about a new word phrase. We will discuss this word tomorrow inshallah. Now you have to solve all questions with the help of this passage. Do this work by yourself. Good luck. Allah Hafiz.